Guys, welcome. Episode 6 of Key Team Talks. Thank you for having me, Dave. Always good seeing you.
Same here.
Sorry we had a little couple day hiatus, a little bit busy schedule, but it looks like Dave, without knowing what we're talking about today, has some cool things in store. So let's get going.
Yeah. All right. So this is way different than what we've done in the past. This is going to be a little mix of everything, and we'll kind of go from there. But just to start, what purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months or recent memory?
$100 or less.
Yep.
Yikes. That's
Right.
a tough one. Um, I think I've had a lot of over $100 expenses. Oh, okay. I got it.
All right.
Okay. Because it's the most recent thing that I got from Amazon.
All right.
I just got slippers. And for those who know me well,
Mm-hmm.
I have had a lot of injuries in the past, back pain and hip pains and knee surgeries. And I do have orthotics in my sneakers. And I was able to find orthotic slippers. I found
Ooh.
that a lot of slippers are very flat and uncomfortable, and they were a little bit more pricey, but they were under $100.
Under
So,
$100. All right.
yes. So I
So you
got
know what?
orthotic slippers that had
Yeah.
the support.
And you have that link. You have that link somewhere. You could
Yeah,
we could add it.
absolutely.
We could add it below.
We
Add
will.
it. All
We
right.
will add the link below.
All right.
Actually,
Cool.
because for those who know me well, I'll have the same item in lots of different colors, whether it's shirts or jeans or dress clothes, whatever it is. So, true to Ross form, there are two pairs of these slippers that I got.
Nice. All right. So, all right, here's a deeper question. All right.
Okay.
So, how has a failure or a parent failure set you up for later success, or like a favorite failure that you have?
I look at, I am by far my own worst critic. And even when I succeed, I may have not succeeded in the way that I wanted to succeed.
Okay.
So therefore, to me, that's a failure. You know, I like to be a planner. I like to think of a lot before it actually happens, and see if I'm able to accomplish it that way. But that's not how life works, which
Right.
I'm, figuring out greatly here. So I can't think of one moment where I did fail. I never live life with regrets. I've always lived life with lessons learned, and that has stuck with me ever since I was very, very young. Is you can't look at things as regrets. It's just all life lessons taught to me, and you learn from a mistake. I get really hard on myself if I make the same mistake twice. I like to think that I'm good at understanding what I did wrong. Ask my family, ask my friends. I'm probably the first one that admits a mistake and says I'm sorry. And I try to really push myself to never make that same mistake again.
That's a good call.
So,
That's pretty good. All right. Good answer to that one. All right. Okay. This one's good. What is one of the best or most worthwhile investments you've ever made?
without a doubt, I was fortunate enough to buy my first house before I was 30. So I bought my first one family primary residence before I was 30, and I was able to then sell it before I'm 40, and start this all over again. This time with my fiance, and soon to be baby come September 1. So exciting times. Outside of the house purchase, my grandmother always taught me, in life, that you have to save a little and you have to spend a little. You have to enjoy life. You have to put enough money away for a rainy day fund, like in the scenario we're in today, when there's pandemics and we can't work. But at the same time, you also have to enjoy life. And anybody that knows me well also knows that if it costs more than $100, there's usually a lot of research that goes into it before I pull the trigger.
I know some people just like that for sure. For sure. Okay. All right. And then what's an unusual habit or an absurd thing that you love?
I'm a pretty well, I'm a neat freak, number one. I'm very well organized. Everything around me has to be clean. So when I see a mess, I'm not too happy about a mess. I think that's why my mother and I work well together. We balance each other out very, very well, in that arena and many arenas. And the second part of your question, personally, I'm a huge golfer. I've been playing golf since I was 13.
All right.
So that's where um, I will excel at, and the hobby when I'm not doing real estate and I'm not, being a fiance or a son, or to my parents. You'll find me on the golf course.
All right. And in the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has improved your life?
That has actually been a lot, so that's an ongoing thing. 5 years is definitely a long look back time. We can just look at this pandemic period of been trying to take place. Recently, there's been a lot of trying to implement meditation, trying to have a better mindset about life, and about, like I said, I'm my own worst critic. So I'm trying to, not be so hard on myself, take a lighter look at things, not be so regimented and disciplined, and understand that things come and go, and at the same time, things don't always have to stick to the exact schedule. We can,
Hmm.
fluctuate, and schedules don't always work out in that day or in that week as they're supposed to. Sometimes we have to just go with it. Um, Being able to be more calm, take a more relaxed approach to things, but at the same time get it done. I've been reading a lot. Like I said, getting in my 2 sessions of meditation a day, 10 minutes. Those are recent changes. Um, Also been exercising, really implementing the miracle morning, trying to do affirmations, gratitude, exercise, drink a full liter of water the moment I wake up, trying to get my push-ups in. I'm trying to, like, as KW says, Gary Keller, 66 days to build a habit, and as Cody Gibson says, habit stacking. Just trying to use this time to develop the right habits that even when we're done with this, and no matter where life takes me, um, try and have it all be like brushing my teeth and tying my shoe.
Okay. That was good. That was a good answer. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I actually wrote a little piece talking about some of that stuff today. I was writing.
Awesome.
So, what advice would you give to a smart, driven person who just entered the real estate world just now?
That's an awesome question, because I just literally answered that on my previous call before I got on this.
Awesome.
um, and I'll give the same answer. And I just saw it recently. I forgot where. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. Is going to be, the word is persevere. Where this business is tough, even on a good year. We have a lot of ups and downs in a day, in a week, in a year. And whether you're new or experienced, you're going to have to try and develop the mindset to persevere, to stay focused on what your goals are, on what you want out of your life and what you want out of your business. Because when you hit those bumps in the road, you're going to have to be able to persevere and not quit and not give up and not think that everything around you is absolutely terrible. And you're going to be able to have to put on your happy, face, and be able to put on the mindset that you will make it through, you'll come out better on the other side. And the only way to do that is by having the right mindset and the ability to not give up and to persevere through any challenge that comes your way.
Okay. And now back to you on this one.
Hmm.
So, let's say in the last 30 days, all right, instead of the last 5 years, because this is going back 5 years again. In the last 30 days, what have you become better at saying no to?
Better at saying no to. Um, in the past 30 days, I've been better at saying no to going to bed very early. I've been better, before I've been going to bed probably around 9:30. Now I'm pushing it a little bit, but I'm still waking up on time. So I've been better at enjoying more family time, than in the past. And at the same time, I'm better at saying no to giving myself a reason to still sleep in late. So I'm still waking up early. I'm not using any excuses or this time of being home of saying, okay, I'm going to go to bed later and sleep in later. Nope, I've been still sticking to the same schedule. No naps, still a normal work day. The TV doesn't go on before, 5 p.m.
Okay.
So,
All right. Good choice. And then now you said, so when you feel, especially during this time, when you feel overwhelmed or unfocused, what are you doing? You mentioned meditation. Is there anything on top of that that you've been implementing?
being able to go for walks, being able to just, take a breather, get out of our home office for a moment, go say hello to my fiance, the dog, my parents, since we all are under one roof for a little bit longer.
Hmm.
And being able to, luckily, we have a backyard, being able to chip golf balls, shoot some hoops, play some horse, just hopefully the weather will get warmer sooner than later. So this can get more consistent than the rain and the cold that we've had recently.
It's nuts. All right. And then now here, I think this is a good end to this episode, right? And I think you and me have experience in this. So, what are bad recommendations, or the worst one you hear, in your profession or area of expertise, especially today?
Bad recommendations.
Yeah.
Well, we can get into a legal aspect, but I'll avoid that. In terms of, there's been a lot of changes from NYSAR and LIBOR in terms of how we can conduct our business. But in terms of bad recommendations as of late or in our business,
Yeah.
um, you always want to just do the right thing, and that's the key at the end of the day. Luckily, we work for KW, and it's a company that does the right thing, has missions and values. And my parents always taught me when I was very young is life is made up of choices, and in the few seconds, your life can be turned around. So by making the right choices, doing the right things when it comes to personal and business, I'm able to sleep well at night, not have to look over my shoulder, be able to have a wide network of trusted professionals, friends, and colleagues. And I value those things. And the reason I'm able to do that is because we're able to do the right thing in this business and outside of the business.
So basically, anything that you hear borderline shady, say no to. That's
100%. That word no, is a good word to have. And I think a lot of people, when we get out of this, will probably start using that word more.
and I think they should.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
same here.
All right. So then the next episode will be covering some other things, a little more,
Awesome.
you
This
know,
was a lot of fun, and as always, check us out on Facebook and the Key Team on our business page, and also check us out on YouTube, the Key Team channel on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe to this and our previous sessions, and a lot more coming your way.
absolutely. Okay.
Thanks, Dave.
You got it.